from Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 13th, 2015. Silver is trading at $16.98 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,241 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $232. Antiwar.com reports the Obama administration has confirmed that Cuba is complying with the terms of the largely secret deal on rapprochement and has released all 53 prisoners of conscience the U.S. wanted released. The 53 included members of several opposition groups. Jose Daniel Ferrer, the head of one such opposition group, thanked the U.S. for securing the releases, but said there were other political prisoners still being held. Senator Marco Rubio, an outspoken opponent of rapprochement with Cuba, termed the releases a minimal change and said Cuba was getting everything it wanted from the U.S. in return. The deal included the U.S. and Cuba trading prisoners and will reportedly lead to an end to the over half a century of embargo on the Caribbean island nation, though officials say that the long-standing travel ban may only be partially lifted.
For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co.
Reuters reports New York Times reporter James Risen will not be called to testify in a CIA leak case that has become a flashpoint of contention over press freedom. The Times reported on its website that the Department of Justice said in filings it would not call Risen to testify in the government's federal court case against former CIA officer Jeffrey Sterling. Sterling's lawyer said on Monday they also would not call Risen to take the stand after earlier leaving open the possibility. The years-long legal struggle over whether Risen should be forced to testify came to represent the tension between balancing freedom of the press and U.S. national security. The decision by the two sides in the Sterling case not to call Risen as a witness at trial came 1 week after the journalist testified in the case at a preliminary hearing in Alexandria, Virginia, where he refused to answer all but a few basic questions about the 2006 book, State of War, that detailed a failed CIA effort to undermine Iran's nuclear weapons program. He would not disclose what information confidential sources provided for his book, where or when he met with unnamed sources, and who had not served as a source. It was Risen's first time appearing under oath on the witness stand in the case. Sterling was indicted for unauthorized disclosure of national defense information and other charges in 2010. Risen sought to quash an earlier subpoena requiring him to testify, but an appeals court ruled against him and the Supreme Court declined last year to take up the case.
ExpressCoin is the best choice for buying Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and more. ExpressCoin prides themselves on their customer service, so much so that the back end on the website should allow them to be even more focused on your needs. Get your cryptocurrencies with money order, check, wire transfer, or cash deposit. Get started at expresscoin.fppradio.com. That's expresscoin.fppradio.com.
UPI reports CNN has received permission from the Federal Aviation Administration to test drones for news gathering and reporting. The news organization will be teaming up with the Georgia Tech Research Institute to collect information on how using drones with cameras attached will work, and the FAA will look at the information and create rules for how news organizations can use drones. CNN Senior Vice President David Vigilante said, "Our aim is to get beyond hobby-grade equipment and to establish what options are available and workable to produce high-quality video journalism using various types of UAVs and camera setups. Our hope is that these efforts contribute to the development of a vibrant ecosystem where operations of various types and sizes can safely operate in the U.S. airspace." The FAA has previously announced certain restrictions on how film and video makers can use drones, including limiting the drone's weight to 55 pounds and dictating that the drones need to stay in the operator's line of sight. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.